Welcome back, folks, to another 70-star league race here on the Global Speedrun Association channel, this time between Benji and Gainai. Gainai's race with Punkei got pushed back to next week. I am Electric, here co-commenting this race with Markinator, and as you can see, the players might be in the middle of a run, but don't worry, this is just a bit of a false start, and these players will be resetting and starting back over real quick. So not to worry about the fact that they're already in the middle of a run, but I'm pretty excited to be here against these two players. Benji, of course, known for being a young phenom, and Gainai a little bit older, but still no less skilled. Both these guys are pretty comparable in their skill level, as we can see on these standings. Benji in fourth place with a 4-3 record, Gainai with a 2-5, so a decently close win-loss record. Gainai is looking to hopefully take a win and shoot up a little bit on these standings. Benji, of course, a little bit below that top 3 contention right now, but with a few wins in a row, could definitely put himself up nice and high. And so, Markinator, how are you feeling about this race as we go into the intro?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Should be a pretty close one. Gainai is the racer. Also Wilco, who got in through the tournament at the beginning of the season, the qualifier. So obviously a very skilled runner, perfectly capable of some really good, consistent times. And so should be a good race. Benji, like you said, is also extremely skilled, has a few wins under his belt, has beaten some of the top racers in previous races. I think last season, I don't know if he's beaten top racers this season. So both capable runners, should be a really good race.
Yeah, if I had to throw my money in any corner, it would ultimately be Benji's, but I think Gainai definitely has a very, very fair shot here. As we can see, both of them successfully getting Lakitu skip. Gainai with the kick to the right, set up for that better cam at the expense of about a 1/10 of a second. But Benji with a bit of a lead right now that's a bit misleading due to being on the Japanese version. For 70-star only, English is actually faster due to which text boxes you see and the fact that certain text boxes are grouped differently in English versus JP, and also English generally has faster scrolling by a couple frames.
Wait, we're seeing island hop here.
Yeah, why are both racers doing this? What? I guess there must have been an agreement in the back, and they both got it. What? Mutually assured destruction right there. Each of them trying to claim some type of lead on the other, but nothing. They're both going to be saving that like 4 or so seconds in castle movement here. Nice.
That's actually sick. So you see racers go through that in PB attempts because it saves, I think, like 4 seconds in total. But you need, it's super precise. You need the right angle and a firstie off of that like wall kick before the jump to the island. And so you just never see it in races. So yeah, there had to be some type of agreement for both of them to do it here.
Yeah, most of the time, like, you don't see it because if you fail that wall kick once, you've pretty much hemorrhaged away all your time save. And if you go with an attempt that doesn't actually have enough speed, you lose way more time than like a bomb clip fail or something. So it's very rare for. In fact, one of the only other times I've seen a player go for that in a race was the Div 2 Season 1 finals. Protoman went for it, and in the post-race interview said it was only because he wasn't thinking, and he just put his cam in that setting. He just cammed for it and was like, you know what, I'll just go ahead and do it. Why not? That was the whole reason he decided to do this strat there.
Yeah, so, I think I saw D whatever do it as well for basically the same exact reason. But yeah, you never see racers do that. Absolutely insane. And they both got it too. That's the crazy
That's
part.
The wildest part, yeah.
But yeah, while we're discussing that, both of them already having 3 stars. Got bomb clip as well.
So we're seeing, this is actually what's referred to as the WOMPS 10 route. You talk about lobby routes at this point anyway, based on the number of stars you're leaving WOMPS with. So there's a WOMPS 8 route where you completely skip over the slide and you don't do island hop. That's one that you see in PB attempts if you're just getting sick of resetting in WOMPS because it puts WOMPS as early as possible. Then you see WOMPS 9, the pretty standard route where you don't do island hop, but you do the slide before WOMPS. It saves a second on castle movement over WOMPS 8. Then finally, this WOMPS 10 route is the most optimal, but also the most difficult.
Yeah, saving, I think, what is it, like 5 seconds over, like doing WOMPS absolutely first? Like doing the WOMPS 8?
Yeah, in total, yeah. Oh, yes. Benji, nice accounting there. So he got like a little bit of a clip on one of those ledges that he wasn't probably expecting, but The triple jump barely too low there. Nice backup there with the quick jump kick.
Yeah, was able to save it. That's always a scary thing to do. Because if you don't really notice it, I mean, you're just all the way down that slope.
And that's like basically the same thing that happened to Cheese, just kind of falling off the platform instead of triple jumping. And with that, he's hammers away any apparent lead that JP may have given him. So from here on out, it's just going to be little bits of time loss here and there from the version he's on. Oh, Gainai not getting his wall kick there.
Yeah, going for a wild blue really early here. Not entirely sure why.
I guess maybe in his mind, like, he's already done with cannonless, so he may as well grab it. Like, it doesn't matter when he does 100 coin. Although
Yeah,
I'm definitely of the
assuming he
opinion that,
doesn't
like,
grab it, like, while jumping up to the top, as Benji just did. He didn't grab it, but he just jumped to the top.
Right. Oh, now Benji missing the coin just due to slightly bad RNG. Oh, and missing that red there. He'll just have to get it on the way back. It doesn't lose too much time.
Okay, yeah, Gainai didn't grab the star there while doing his 100 coin. If you do grab it and it's yellow, you only lose like 8 seconds. But obviously, if you get it first as a backup or whatever, you lose a lot more time.
Yeah. And it's always unfortunate when you grab it like midway through that movement. Because like your hands are full, you'll probably end up doing a little bit of the like next inputs that you need to do before your brain internalizes like, wait a minute, I'm not even controlling Mario anymore. This is fine. Like it's like just stopping a train right in its tracks, or like with a brick wall or something. It feels so unnatural. Benji with a quick wild blue grab here.
Yep, so that looks like Gainai is a few seconds ahead. Benji falling off that platform while doing Owless is probably where you're seeing that difference.
Yeah, even though he was able to back it up nicely, it still did cost him more time than if he had like just failed Owless during the triple jump and landed like on the stairs or something. Nice, almost nice backup from Gainai, but a little bit of an issue on the ending there.
Yeah, not having enough speed and kicking up that slope is really awkward. Because it's not something you practice, it's just something that you just have to do sometimes.
Oh, Gainai there pounding just slightly early while the thwomp is still falling. And so, like, if you do it while the thwomp hasn't quite hit the ground but is on his way there, he'll make the sound and play, like, the back explosion as if he got hit, but it won't actually count. It's really weird. Like, somehow the part of the game that counts the hits isn't actually part of what plays that animation there. It's very strange, but that was just from being slightly too early, like maybe a quarter second, if that. So going to the top of the fortress real quick, though.
Yeah, both runners not having any problems with it. Yeah, Benji catching up a couple seconds due to that strange interaction with Gainai.
It's all right. Some quick castle movement out of here. One more slide, and then we'll be well on our way over to Wingcap State. Oh, no side flip coming out from Gainai, and with that, he lost the lead.
Lost the lead going into the slide. Oh god, I can't get into the painting. There he goes.
The geometry there is just so weird. Like it's pretty much as exact of a Mario-shaped hole as you can get. Any smaller, and you probably wouldn't be able to get into the slide at all.
Yeah, you had to like dive into it.
And like every runner kind of has like their movement that they do in that room that it's more or less placebo of what feels more consistent to you. I think the fastest is something like what you kind of do at the start of Mountain Clip, where like you do a kick and while you're in midair, like move Mario a bit to the right. But it just, like I said, like everyone kind of has their own thing that they do there. We got some flying coming out. Benji with some pretty nice flying. And Gainai as well.
Yeah, both maintaining their speed pretty well. Meanwhile, Logan Dingo gifting 2 subs to the channel. Very much appreciated, bud.
Nice. Total of 4 gift subs.
One of which is to Nightbot. I'm sure he will be very happy about that.
Yeah, we need to have Nightbot exercise his right to GSAC while he's got it. It's the best emote. Okay, Benji moving into Dark World. Let's see what kind of cycle we're looking for here. He's going with a slight angle here. Okay, no, he's just doing the standard turnaround there. With that angle on your long jump, most players will use it just because it saves a tiny bit of time. You're not cutting your speed with jump strafing. But some players will actually use that to start out the very fast turnaround on the button that you use to start Suki cycle. But I wasn't thinking we were going to see anything that crazy here. But I mean, starting Island Hop, anything can happen.
I was kind of hoping it would happen. Like you said,
here.
like seeing Island Hop, like yeah, any strat is up for grabs at this point.
But some pretty nice cycles here. Gainai actually going with the Povshig movement there, and landing it nicely. If you do that in a particular way, it can actually save time depending on where you would have hit Shig cycle if you just did the normal movement. But a lot of the time you do see runners ending up being forced to take like a late cycle whenever they do that movement for whatever reason.
Yeah, typically it's because they mess something up, and jumping to that like lonely island there, you need like all of your speed to really make it safely.
Yeah.
So if you mess something up, it's easier just to like do the poverty movement there. But it's also very strange camera angles that you get. I'm sure you could easily get used to it. This guy and I just like landed it, but.
Yeah, and another thing to be aware of is like since you're going to that white platform right before the rotating platforms with a long jump from the spiked island, when Mario lands after a long jump, there's a few frames where you just cannot do a normal jump. Where like if you were still holding Z, you could do a long jump instead. So you have to be really careful about how you try to time a jump there because it's easy with the speed you have from your long jump to just run right off the side, right in front of the sixth thread. And you're just like, okay, yeah. I almost had the cycle just fine, but I just didn't time my jump right. Yay. Now both players starting out with wall kicks will work. Benji with the low kick there. Gainai with the high. So Gainai saving a little bit of time. Nice.
Yeah, what happened? Yeah, Benji just didn't die, basically.
Yeah.
That's all that you're asking for there.
Benji, instead of trying to time his A press and rely on the awful depth perception in this game, he just mashed A, and so he got a very low wall kick, but he guaranteed a wall kick.
Yep, missing the first punch on the penguin as well, making this race virtually synced. Oh, Gainai was actually first down that initial slope.
And Gainai, I believe, will be able to... Oh, a little bit slower on the star collection. So here's one difference between JP and English. On JP, that star spawns above the penguin mom's head, but on English, it spawns a little bit away from the pond. Depending on like how exactly you ended up dropping the penguin off, it can be a little bit harder to grab the JP one just because you're having to get a little more height. But ultimately, it doesn't make that much of a difference in timing. Nice triple jumps right into the log cabin there.
Yeah, so with this movement, we are going to guarantee both runners will be doing CCM 18.
Oh, Gainai clipping the edge a little early and losing his chance to moonwalk there.
Yeah, it looked like he just clipped the wall just ever so slightly and it pushed him away.
Both players with that comfy long jump. That camera setup just makes that long jump so free. All right, now time for the big penguin race.
Yeah, so this is where we're going to see if any major time loss were to happen. Hopefully, no major time loss does happen here. Gainai with a dive. He's in the snow.
And that isn't the major time loss we're talking about, however.
No, it is not.
Both players with safety red. That's smart.
So major time loss would be missing too many coins or falling off the slide. Essentially having to restart 100 coin. Not necessarily from the very beginning if you just don't have enough coins, but it's like 30 to 45 seconds that you just lost.
Yeah, I've been told that the most effective way to back this up is by actually like doing reds as a backup. Since you already have a fair number of them in the normal execution of this star, like I've heard that it loses only like you said, like around 25, 30 if you're just able to get all the reds as a backup. What I've seen most people do, however, because that movement is like it's different from doing reds in 120, so you have to have purposely practiced it as a backup for this exactly. So what most people will opt to do is just like finish out 100 coin like you would do for CCM 17 with the red on top of the tree, and then just redo the penguin race, and that loses a straight up minute. Because like you still can't do a slide skip. The penguin will know if you skip a large portion of the slide. You can do that little skip that you would do if you use the blue coin switch route for the star, but like ultimately you're still having to do the whole slide all over again and wait for the penguin to slam against the wall. Everything else, like it just takes a ton more time still. And that's why it's so devastating. Like with that huge of a time loss, like your opponent would have to make a lot of major mistakes in order to really like balance that out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's like more than a death's worth of mistakes, but
It's like multiple deaths worth of mistakes, depending. That'd be like dying in Dark World, like right at the end, like you fall
yeah.
off after you grab the 7th red or something. That's about the equivalent there.
Yeah, but both runners in BBH now.
Let's see how
Safe from
Gainai's
any
looks.
penguin catastrophes.
This is the other place you can lose a ton of time, like right in the lobby. And I've gotten a run that finally got past CCM 18, and then immediately on this star, I fall off the roof. And what makes this star really devastating is if you fall off before the boo is dead, it completely resets the fight. So you have to get all 3 of your hits all over again.
Yeah, falling off the balcony, definitely not what you want to do. That's one reason you saw Gainai just do the punch instead of like the long jump through the boo. Benji doing the same. Because very easy if you miss time at the boo will actually hit you and then like bop you all the way off.
Yeah, and it's a very easy mistake to just make unintentionally.
Alright, just like that, out of BBH into the basement. So Benji with the like 2-3 second lead.
Yeah, but of course we are going to be popping up on SSL in just a moment. And that's where things are really going to get real.
Yeah, nice miss grabs from both. Alright, so each racer
look like.
Yeah, does need to do one pitiless. Big bomb for Benji. Tama from Benji. Tama from Gainai.
We'll see if Gainai can match that, but Benji was super clean.
Yeah.
Gainai a little bit more time on the pyramid, but still totally fine. Nice.
Yeah, very clean, but yeah, probably like half a second behind Benji.
See EBM trying to curse us by bringing up Tama's name here, but no curse today. Tama's shining his light on this race, saying, you know what? I will not kill this run today. For those unaware, Tama82 is the player that pretty much originated the exact style of doing plus that these 2 runners used here. Instead of re-grabbing the bomb on the side of the slope facing the camera at the very start, you do it on the opposite side, which saves 2 seconds, but eliminates a big chunk of time that you have to readjust Mario's angle of facing the pyramid. So it makes the trick much harder for that 2-second time save and much less forgiving to like making a slight error in your angles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, most runners don't do it. We saw both of them do it here. There's got to be some agreement there as well, I would imagine. I don't think Gainai does that. I don't think I've seen Gainai do that. Perhaps he was practicing it, and him and Benji, along with the island hop, were like, let's also do Tama plus.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah, maybe matching it with the CCM 18, only having to do it once.
It's definitely an effective gamble here. It's only like you're alluding to, like when you have to do it twice, that it becomes way more iffy. Because very few people would consider themselves consistent at doing it twice in a row. I mean, even D Whatever's world record does have a mistake on the very first plus that he attempts there. Long jump boost coming out from both players. Nicely done.
Alright, they're both up there. They're extremely close. I mean, they're both nailing basically everything.
Yeah, I mean, we can actually see some like nice swimming lead changes potentially in DDD. Like if the pace keeps up just like this, it's that close.
All right, Benji in the volcano for the second time. Gainai deciding to take care of some bullies. A nice ledge grab skip from Gainai.
Yeah, even though that ledge grab skip tech gets helped a little bit by your camera movement, like it's still pretty finicky to get reliably.
Yeah, you have a very small space to land on that that flame spitter.
All right, now red hot log rolling coming out. It's really easy to lose like a second or two to this strat just by not having that much speed whenever you do this triple jump right up here. But
Yeah.
Benji executing very nicely.
Yeah, Benji getting the rollout over the little gap there and then speed kicking to maintain all the speed.
Oh, Gainai getting a little bit bullied after he missed like the first jump there. He got an extra ledge grab on that metal platform that he wasn't looking for. And so
yeah,
that
actually had a
caused
good
an issue.
Yeah, had a good setup actually, even after ledge grab in there.
And Benji with the ledge grab skip now. You actually don't see the ledge grab skip as often with triple bully because the three bullies do kind of move around like before you even get there, and skipping the ledge grab puts them in a slightly more awkward position to do the triple kill. It does still save time if you can do it right, but like making it even harder like that, a lot of players just decide to get the ledge grab there for consistency.
Yeah, that's one of those things that like doesn't really save enough time to justify the risk.
Yeah, I believe it's like a max of like 3/4 of a second or like maybe half a second. It's not very much time save at all. In fact, what it mainly does is it just makes this strat
Backflip.
Okay. So in the last race I mentioned, like it's easy to try to do a long jump and accidentally hit the buttons together. It's also easy, a little harder though, but still pretty easy to hit Z a little before A by accident. And if that happens, then you get a backflip, which you only intentionally use like twice in this run or 3 times or something. Yeah, Benji got definitely a bit tossed around there, and so Gainai is going to be leaving LOL with a much more significant lead, but they're still in the same room in the basement at the same time. Like, this is still very, very close.
Yeah, that mistake on the triple bullies from Benji essentially just reversed the lead to exactly what it was, but Gainai's in the lead now.
Yeah.
It's like 3 seconds for Gainai versus 3 seconds from Benji, what it was.
Now, you have tuned in to BBC Mario, the only channel for investigation of nature's most elusive yet graceful creature, the Mario. We now see the Mario in its natural habitat, an enclosed natural cavern filled with wonderful spring water, but also a deadly vortex. Watch as the Mario gracefully navigates around this vortex. It easily could suck him in at any time, leaving him without air, without life momentarily, but the Mario seems unfazed by this prospect of danger. Instead, having fun, gracefully swimming like other marine creatures much more adept at the task, opening these mild chests with no real desire to see what's inside, but rather just wanting the slight bit of air and the recognition of a star. And now we have a chance to see the Mario with its most rare of encounters, its biggest natural predator, the submarine. Watch as the Mario advances through this tunnel, which looks almost like the plumbing he is so accustomed to, going towards this encounter, always with a smile on his face, very, very mild breaths. He's not fazed at all by the size of this creature, nor the potential danger that might come with facing it. All he's focused on is that very small reward right at the end. We can see the approach now going towards the tail, the biggest weak spot of the predator, and oh, one of our players here, a little bit of an accident there. One is successful in the hunt, and the other just a slight bobble, but is not going to come home hungry today. And now finally, the Mario with its other natural predator, the manta ray. Once thought to be just the result of poor planning or poor design, the manta ray has since become a symbol of skill in execution with Mario movement. As we can see, the rings do possess some danger, but a skilled player eliminates that danger. spawning the final reward. This has been a presentation from BBC Mario. I hope you've enjoyed, and have a great night, folks.
Excellent. Good job.
So now we got our players advancing into Fire Sea, a much less calm and forgiving stage. We'll just see what happens here. These players are opting for a cycle known as Lava Boost, which is basically an extension of early elevators, or early Ellies as we call it in the commentators booth. Missing Lava Boost costs about 8 or so seconds whenever having to get standard early Ellies, but missing early Ellies entirely loses all the way up to 20. So both of these players are gunning to get that fastest possible cycle if they can, but more than anything, they're just gunning not to miss the elevator platform. Gainai going to be missing Lava Boost since he missed his triple jump there, but Benji is going to be hitting. Gainai's still going for boost. Barely getting it. Nice, nice. Okay, his movement throughout just managed to barely save him there. Like, he had to clip onto the platform effectively.
Yeah, had to have known, like, everything else was perfect. He had a pretty good backup from, like, missing the triple jump, so still kind of risky for going for it, though.
And Gainai,
and a better ending.
Yeah, way better ending. He's going to be restoring his lead there after that rear sub mistake there. This is really nice.
Yeah, the ending is something like a lot of people talk about, but it definitely saves and loses a lot of time depending on like how well you can actually adapt to what you get.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of that adaptation. Like, you know what ending you want to go for with Lava Boost, but sometimes you just have to accept, like, okay, I'll have to do like a variation of that, or just straight up do bad ending instead. Like, it's a lot about in the moment decision making as you're going through that final section. Because one thing that I think a lot of people may not exactly see is, like, depending on how exactly you make Lava Boost, there are very minute timing changes that you might have to make in that later movement. Like, as we saw here, Benji was able to get Lava Boost fairly early on and get fairly deep into the platform, whereas Gainai barely got it. That does make a slight difference in how exactly you have to approach the ending.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, Gainai just coming out ahead there, so yeah, restoring his lead. Probably a little more so now. Probably about 5 to 6 seconds ahead-ish.
Yeah.
In a wet, dry world.
Oh, punking on the outside of the painting there.
All right, 4 to 5 seconds-ish going into wet, dry world.
All right, starting out with 100 coin, we got a double box break set up at least. Oh, just one of the boxes getting broken. I jinxed it. I'm so sorry, Gainai. I jinxed the thing that's already happened.
Yeah, having to leave a coin behind too. Left him kind of in an awkward spot.
And Benji getting lucky, that coin drifting all the way to where he needed to go. It's weird, like sometimes coins just slide across the ground like they're made of ice or something, and then some of them just don't move whatsoever once they land.
Yeah, just all part of that RNG if they just get blasted to whichever end, or if they just like stay in place.
What? The Inviswall there ruining the sync. Oh, that is not right. That's not fair.
I wasn't even fully aware there was even an Inviswall there.
I didn't think so either. That's a really weird spot for one. Like, I knew about that there is an Inviswall like right in that corner when you're moving away from that pillar, but I don't think I've ever really seen an Inviswall moving towards that pillar like that. That was just that just was not fair. Gainai got completely robbed there. Like, the game went to Gainai's house and found his wallet and just stole lunch money from it. Like, that is not fair in the slot. Oh, Gainai nearly taking a fall there, too. That was really, really sus.
Yeah, hit that switch a little early for the water. Okay, it's not going to matter, but he could have taken a bit of a longer swim there.
And he's just having Mario do a water grab there. In fact, I think that may have even saved just like a couple frames just from not having to fall into the like ground after grabbing the star or something dumb like that.
Possibly.
And we got, oh, Benji missing the wall kick there, but hey, if you're going to fail that, that's the way to fail it.
Yeah, instead of falling all the way back down to the ground.
Yeah. Gainai not even messing with that strat, just going to do the roundabout movement there. Okay. Both players have the elevator star in hand.
Yeah, very clean wall kicks from both. Very likely that you get lag at the very top of that. So you see a lot of times people will fall all the way back down, just slightly throwing off the timing of their wall kick. But Benji going for top of the town.
Yeah, and going with a really, really breezy movement there is Gainai going in for a shocking arrow lift.
Alright, nice grab from both runners. Both sitting at 38 stars. This has been a pretty awesome race. Like they've been like neck and neck this whole time.
Oh yeah. Yo, shoutouts to Boat Van for the tier 3 13-month subscription. That is just out of this world. That's like 5 tier 1 subs every month for 13 months. Thank you so much, Boat Van. That is definitely deserving of some clocks. Let's see some clocks in chat. GSA Fire. Throw them out if you got them. Thank you so much, Boat Van, for the support. It means a ton.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Now, both players in THI here. It's unfortunate that that sub had to come through right before the worst stage in the game. You know, why couldn't that have...
Wishing him good luck. I'm sure the stage will be perfectly fine. Nothing interesting or crazy going on. Ignore Gainai's screen as I'm saying that.
Yeah, there's nothing bad happening on the second secret there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but no, on a more serious note, obviously, very difficult stage. A lot of tiny little minute things that can go wrong. Just frustratingly lose time.
Like, it's not a stage that seems to work well around the mechanics of this game. Like, there's a lot of points where you just lose time to weird things, like weird bits of movement happen. Benji actually avoiding one of the things that can potentially lose some time for dumb reasons, the island clip there. Just instead opting for the clipless triple jump strategy there. And I think Gainai will be going for the clip. No, he's just going to go right beside it. It's just his movement looked like he was going for it.
Yeah, a strat that doesn't even save much time, but you go for the swag. You do it for the pride and knowing that you can actually get it.
Yep. Now Piranha Plants from Benji.
Yeah, Mario probably the only one up to the job to defeat Piranha Plant hybrids randomly growing in your field. So if you ever have the issue, give him a call. I don't know his rates, but I'm sure they are extremely high.
Yeah, that's 1-800 Be Gone. 1-800 Be Gone. I know that probably doesn't work as a standard phone number, but just put it in your phone. It will work.
I wouldn't be surprised if that is a phone number.
It might be a phone number from like another country or something.
Okay, it's one letter off from being a number.
Okay, Boat Van has a good point here. Like he said in before Agent Orange. Mario's trousers are just coated in Agent Orange, so anything he touches just dies. Like HMC is just a stage he visited like in the last run, and that's just what it looks like now because of all the Agent Orange he's spread around. Benji having a lot of trouble with this jump up the slope here. Letting Gainai catch almost all the way up here.
He's gonna fall down again. He almost saved it, but just lost all of his speed and couldn't do much there.
So it's really tied up now.
Yeah, Benji grabbing the faster of the two mountain clip stars, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like actually synced just with different star grabs.
We got another log wall kick coming out here. Yeah, Gainai is just a little bit ahead, just a hair. Were some of the background paintings different? Oh, so right here, the JRB painting in JP is different, and that shows upstairs as well. In JP, the painting has a blue border instead of a gold border, and it's bubbles instead of the boat. I don't know why they thought Americans weren't good enough for bubbles and that we needed a boat to represent a water stage, but hey, there you go. And yeah, but because they're just reusing the texture, like they don't have the texture saved twice in the game. They just have the texture be called into different parts of the castle. So because the texture is different in the normal JRB room in JP, it's also different up here.
Yeah, pretty keen eye to actually notice that, actually.
Yeah. If they hadn't said something, I never knew that that was upstairs as well. I've never paid attention to what exactly the paintings are that like are around upstairs that aren't the ones you go into now.
Yeah, I don't think I've really paid attention either. I knew like the two paintings were like different, but not like, yeah, upstairs as well.
It's really just lucky that I saw that. Otherwise, I would have been like, I don't know what paintings you're seeing that are different. You're just weird, man. Like I wouldn't have realized what they were talking about if I hadn't seen a message right then. Okay, Gainai, no breezeless attempt. That's okay.
Yeah, just needs to finish this out. Super close race. No need for unnecessary time losses.
So, all right, 48 stars both sides, going right on into Snowman's Land.
Yeah, 35 minutes in, 2 seconds apart. I don't even know what to say at this point. This is absolutely absurd. It's gonna come down to Tippy. I mean, that's what it's gonna come down to.
Yeah. SL could maybe throw a wrench in the plans too, but we'll see what happens here.
I think like the lead might change ever so slightly like it has been, but I don't think we'll see anything like crazy lead shifts.
Yeah, Benji having a bit of an issue getting on top of the snowman's head, but overall still fine. Who's the favorite to win? At this point, there really is no real favorite.
I would say like Benji technically, but yeah, like at this point, it's anybody's game. Just because Benji's had like the more experience in the league.
Yeah. And I think Benji's PB is a little more optimized than Gainai's, but like Gainai is still a very solid player.
All right. Yeah, Gainai looked to be a little behind going back into the painting, but just because different star grabs, different timings. So needs one more on both sides. Need 52 before heading back down to the basements.
Yeah, and so now chilling with the bully real quick, and then, like you said, going right back down to HMC. This is a real close one. This is really, really hype.
Yep. Yeah, saving and exiting here, or not saving, but just exiting stage, gonna be faster than running all the way back downstairs.
Yeah, and then you will see the same thing after HMC as well. Fun fact, this isn't super fun, but if you accidentally save and quit at some point in the run, the worst possible point to save and quit is in HMC because the castle movement takes the longest to get back to the stage. However, saving and quitting after HMC does lose like less time, or it's mainly like the best one is if you save and quit after Fire Sea, since you're normally just re-entering the stage to exit anyway and return to the lobby.
Yeah, any stage where you need to go back to the lobby would be like ideally the time to do that.
But of course, like you really just don't want to do it ever if you can help it. And it's always just so devastating when you do it like in the middle of a good run. You're just like, okay, I really lost it to that. Come on. But deep into HMC now.
Yeah, triple box jump coming up. Probably the hardest trick. Gainai nailing it.
At the very least, triple box requires like the most attention to the movement involved. Because one of the things you don't really see as a casual viewer here is you, as soon as you get the triple jump, you need to pull back on the stick to kill your momentum. Because even though there's no ceiling, the wall in that room is still fairly high. So you need to get like as much height out of your triple jump before you actually clear as possible. Now, Gainai almost taking a death there, having to take a quick wall kick there, just missing a long jump. But Yeah, so you have to pull the stick back, and then once you're finally over the wall, then like go back forward again. And you have to be very careful how deep you move into that room because there's a big death plane like in the middle of the room, pretty much above the like platform area. So like you have to make sure that you don't move over too early. Benji with some weirdness going on trying to side flip over for Christmas Miracle.
Yeah, Gainai like got railed by a rock, like, and yeah, at the same time Benji not able to jump over the wall for Christmas Miracle. Some crazy things happening here in HMC.
You know, Gainai going for Christmas Miracle here. This is a pre-recorded race with live commentary, Leo.
Yeah, next race is going to be pre-recorded commentary, but with a live race.
And then finally, we're going to have a future race with prehistoric commentary. Oh, wow. Oh.
It's going to be riveting. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
Alright, final stars here in HMC. Emergency exit. Save the easiest for last.
Just a very free star, especially like when you do it on this right side, there's virtually no danger to it. You can lose a little time compared to the left side strat, but if you do it optimally, you will save a little bit of time as well. That hurt your brain. I'm sorry that you weren't able to interpret my grunts as linguistic cues. Oh, got him with a little bit of weirdness on that castle movement.
Yeah, just rail running up to Tippy. Ooh, bonking, deciding not to go for like the triple jump dive up to the stage area.
Yeah, but Benji's gonna be going for it just because why not?
Yeah,
it can be a little finicky, but it works pretty consistently for most people.
Yeah, just interesting. Gainai went for the easier one and missed it, but Gainai going for Lakitu bounce, falling off.
Oh, and then Benji the same mistake as Cheese last race.
Yeah, also not taking a death though. That could have easily been like a double death right there.
Yeah.
First star of Tippy for both players.
Okay, now Gainai does have better luck with the Lakitu this time around.
Yeah, Gainai, it seemed like he didn't delay his side flip quite long enough and just was a little ahead of the Lakitu. But able to fix it for the second go around.
Oh!
What? Oh my gosh!
Right off the stage! No! Oh, that's gotta hurt so bad. Oh no!
What just happened?
He was trying to jump and ground pound, but that just worked the exact way he didn't want it to. He hit A and Z together, but he was still in the middle of like the period that after a long jump, the game lets you long jump again very quickly. So he probably executed like a frame or two too early, and that's why those inputs were considered that way. It's so unfortunate.
That's so bad. And then then taking the other death like right at the beginning there. Lakitu bounced. It's just not treating him well. Like this has been like the most insane Lakitu bounce I think I've seen this season.
Yeah, it is. It's so frustrating when you finally got it once, but then something with the ending fails like that. Like it's very hard to detilt enough to be able to get it again. Missing the 5 slide there. Red's just not really working out too well for him. Very like just not really. Just not clean anymore. Like he's definitely struggling a lot.
Yeah, it was really thrown off his mojo by that like random long jump. Hopefully he can bring it back. I mean, Benji having a pretty clean rainbow ride. He's on his final star.
Yeah, let's see how swinging goes. This one can just randomly fail for dumb reasons. But he looks good on it.
Yeah.
Not going for the insane ending, so that helps too.
Oh.
Not quite getting the spacing right. And he doesn't really have any great backups left. He's just gonna... Oh, well, he does still have...
I think tricky triangles, yeah.
But after that, like,
Reds
swinging
is the only one that he has.
Done well as a backup.
Yeah, you'd have to do, like, the backup movement. Christian and the breeze.
Okay,
But yeah, basically every star can
be.
be a backup. For like a 2 bounce at least.
Yeah, it's mainly just swing and loses a lot more time since you can't do it the way that you want to if you fail Lakitu bounce. But it can still be done very quickly. All the... something
That
with
was
the
weird.
timing of that was weird, yeah.
Gainai's just not having a good time right now in Rainbow Ride. Things are not all rainbow and rides here for Gainai.
Oh, he was trying to get over to that swinging platform with that same cycle, but not quite able to, unfortunately.
Yeah, this had the star. Benji falling down, 100 coins, was able to land on the platform.
Oh, that's... Okay, what's the play here? He does have a backup box here, but...
I think he just has to run up to the top. I think he just has to get back up there.
Well, no, he still needs way more coins. He broke the box, then fell. So he's missing all 10 of those coins.
I think he's got to get a different star. Yeah, I don't think there's enough
He's
coins.
just taking the death. Wow, okay. And Gainai, unfortunately, going to have to do the Noob Cruiser movement here. Because he just doesn't have anything left to do instead. Like, he can't try Lakitu bounce again without a death. Okay, he's trying a very weird strat to get up here, and I think it's losing him time to just doing the normal strat. See if it'll work with... Okay, it does work with the long jump at least. The strat mainly you see from new players that want to avoid Lakitu bounce. In my opinion, you're better off, like, if you can dedicate yourself to it, you're better off just grinding Lakitu bounce until that's consistent, because there's a lot of nuance to this that can still fail, and it loses 10 seconds to Lakitu bounce. But it's still good to know to be able to keep in your back pocket for situations like this where Lakitu bounce just doesn't want to work. And with that, Gainai is out of there, and because of Benji's mistake, this is still close enough for a lead change potentially.
Yeah, he's less than 100 coin ahead, and this is a really fast 100 coin.
Yeah, it's only about a minute if you do it optimally. So,
Invisible
Benji getting invisible. He's taking some time on his backup here, but he doesn't get invisible the second time. Gainai with a very lucky triple there. Getting robbed of a ledge grab, though. I don't understand how that didn't ledge grab. Because it was a triple, duh. Or no, that was after a wall kick. It should have ledge grab.
Yeah, it should have worked. I don't know.
That was really weird.
Gainai's game is just messing up.
Oh, and then... Oh, poor Gainai. Just the long jump not quite at the right angle there. It might have been a camera issue or just tilting the stick too far by accident. This game needs a patch. It is broken. Just TTC needs a patch, really.
TTC and DDD will be fine.
They just need to take all the pendulums out of TTC because they don't really get in the way of a speedrun anyway, except for the invisibles that they cause.
Yeah, really strange. Okay. Gainai back on the grind. Ooh, ledge grabbing that blue box. That's actually not very easy to do.
And then, okay, that backup there was really scary. He seems to be pretty well back on his movement, but Benji's just kind of soaring through the rest of the stage. Oh, why did you go for that? Come on.
He's got to make up time.
Fair. It's just after everything that's happened, I don't know why you'd be going for a strat like that. It's like a really weird triangle clip strat that... Okay,
he's not dead. He's not dead. Yeah, falling off right there doesn't normally lead to death, thankfully.
Oh, but that might... Oh, come on, Gainai, no! Oh, that's so devastating. Now he gets the ledge grab. Okay. That makes sense, game. This game is just not treating him right anymore. Right here, he's exercising his stomp on the thwart movement, but oh my god, this is just not going
far to the
right.
left. He's very tilted, I think. You can kind of see it. He's doing things really fast. He's not taking it as slow as he needs to.
And a lot of this is movement that, like, I'm sure he hasn't practiced in a long time because it's a lot of his non-traditional movement. Yeah, he's remembering now that he already has all of his coins except this last box. So, oh
my
man.
gosh. Oh my gosh. And the flip.
That's a death right there. That has to be dead.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
I think that's it from him. I don't think
that's-
he's gonna finish this.
I can't even blame him, man.
Honestly, no. You really can't. Anyone who's wanting to blame him for this forfeit has not played this game and has not had this happen to them in a run. Like, when this happens, like, even like Gandhi would be mad at this. Even Gandhi would be throwing his controller at this. Like, no more peaceful protest. This is where you just gotta break something.
Yeah, had Lakitu just completely troll him a couple times on the Lakitu bounce, and then dying like, what was it, like at the middle of the 100 coin, and then not even being able to finish it. Absolutely insane.
Like at 90 coins and having gotten to the top like twice.
Yeah.
Gandhi from Civilization. Yeah, sure. If that's where you want to say he's from. Benji going for Task long jump. Okay. Wow.
He almost got it too.
Yeah.
That was really close.
Oh yeah, no. Like, as far as I'm aware, there's no speedrunner named Gandhi. It's just that's the first example that came to my mind of a very peaceful, even-tempered person. Okay.
Benji having some good movement.
Yeah, nice speed kick there to get over that gap. That's a really pro strat. And we got moving right side coming out from Benji. And it's good, nice. Okay. He was gonna go for that elevator triple, but his angles would stop him from just going full crazy there. Okay.
Every time somebody dives on that ledge, it is faster, but it's extremely scary. Because Cheese one time lost to Benji because he was at the end of bits, dove onto that ledge, and then failed, I think, a rollout or something, and then died.
Yeah. I've seen that before with like a bingo race. Like someone died. Like to that exact same thing. I think like their angle was just a bit off, so they just dove right off the stage instead of hitting the ledge. Okay, and that's a 3-throw fight from Benji. Very, very clean. I don't believe, I'm not sure exactly what the rules allow for. I think it might be that you only get full points if you finish out the run and your opponent forfeits, but I'm not certain on that. But even if it's not a rule, most runners would prefer to just finish out the run just so that, you know, people can see a full run during the time block.
Yeah, I believe Benji will get the full 60 points here.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, Gainai obviously that doesn't even have a finishing time, so.
Yeah, and if you forfeit before your opponent finishes, you do lose a few additional points. It's just, I don't blame Gainai at all, as tilted as he probably was there.
Yeah.
Looking at the game is probably giving him nausea right now.
I mean, did he technically forfeit? I mean, he didn't turn the game off. I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair. But anyway, that'll be it for that one. GG on that race. Both the runners with a pretty solid run. Just really unfortunate tippy from Gainai. But don't go anywhere, folks. The Mario action is still going to continue tonight. We've got Proto Man versus Heisenberger starting up at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right after this. And then following that, our final race of the night, Benji versus Drogi. So stick around for those last two races. But for now, I'm Electric, joined in the booth by Markinator. It's been a pleasure, my man.
Absolutely, yeah. Always a good time. But yeah, catch you on the next one.
And see y'all in just a moment. Peace.
They are synced.
They are synced now. Do whatever. In the lead again.
Wow. Side for sure from Cheese. Okay, doing it moving. Oh no, the Cheese falls!